What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part, gotta be 29 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Zhatan attacked the jungles of Qian. After an annoying few turns chasing around Ungrel, we found ourselves a heck of a battle for the, against the spirits of Shan-Lin there. We didn't take too much damage, but the fight was glorious, gained ourselves a very nice amount of labor and a decent amount of XP, as Zhatan is now level 41, and all that much closer to unbridled cruelty. A lightning strike is what we're gonna get him, and I guess 1 point. Raising and sacking, fairly unlikely. Ambush defense, what's the likelihood that he's ever going to get ambushed? Fairly low. I mean, it could happen. I just see it feels like it would probably be not the best idea. And just generally speaking, at least not a single army. I'm just wondering which factions we... probably not. But then again, sacking and raising is probably also not something that we'll do, so let's just get alert just in case, in the extremely unlikely event. Alrighty, lovely. And then we might as well level you guys up as well while we're here. Gotta do a little bit of admin, but we do have easy battle access this episode, so not gonna be nearly as difficult of a search. You can have... Just gotta make sure that you actually have enough points to get everything. We got 2 points in here. You know what? Spell resistance, it's actually fine. Speed, you're already at 90 speed, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, let's just get always ready for you. Alrighty, what about the Infernal Castellan? You can get Bandolier, which is now maxed out, and yeah, by the looks of it, you're gonna max out your points. Lovely. Okie dokie, well now, let's see if anybody else needs to move this turn. Scaff Stonebeard, you... We're heading out to the Haunted Forest, which unfortunately you can't reach. Can you, however, go here and raid? By the looks of it, you can. Enemy territory, begin raiding. Really? 412 labor per turn, oh my. So I take it that's determined by the fact that this is a tier 5 settlement. I was not expecting that much labor per turn, damn. That's, we turn that into money. This guy's essentially making 3,600 gold, a little bit more than 3,600 gold per turn. His army is actually paying for itself if we stand here and raid. Wow. That's interesting. I did not think that that was a possibility. What that does say, though, is if we were to raid something like... Huh. Wait a second, but we tried raiding Carrick Vrag and it was only giving us like 200 for Tordrek here. I wonder why. Maybe it's because he has a lot more single entity units? And that's interfering with it? Interesting. I wonder. Well, either way, that place is a nice place to raid. Let's go with that. Though we are still going to take it over, it is still a tier 4 settlement after all. Yobaz, you're going to attack this turn, but after we do a little bit of the admin that we have to do before the end of the turn. Thrunbaj, you are waiting for your recruitment to complete, but I guess we will be waiting for a while yet. Patient, Superior, yeah. Don't care about any of these guys, unfortunately. And yeah, we'll recruit next turn, because we want to send out another convoy after we move everybody around, I guess. You are fine, you are fine. You are level 6 now, eh? What are you again? You have Superior. I mean, you can fight, but we'll most likely just use you as a defender. You are going to go into raiding. And you're just going to start moving in this territory. Yeah, you're certainly not paying for yourself comparatively, but yeah, oh wow, it's going to take you a while to get there. You know what? Maybe next turn we'll jump down via underway stance. I obviously don't trust march stance near to Grimgor, but yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. In fact, in regular move, you know what? We could just move regular move. Just to get a little bit closer, because I would like to attack someday. Oh, alright, that's much better. Alrighty, Andy, you are good where you are now. The only tech thief still alive. Let's see if you can manage to not get yourself killed, like the others did. At the very least, with you rising in terms of your levels. Hey, you also have an increase to steel tech. Spirits of Shan-Lin destroyed last episode. Yes, we are well aware. Next up, we have a research, so we'll go for tyrannical decrees. and don't really care about the higher quotas as yet, but we're getting closer and closer to the point where we can start using it, but really it's conclave dominance that we want to get to for all that sweet, sweet extra conclave influence. Speaking of conclave influence, we should have the ability to be... oh, right. Not yet. And we need to go back into Masterful Architects in order to do this. Alright, we'll do that later then. As in, not this turn, but once the recruitment is completed, once the armaments have arrived. Certainly a lot more to keep track of in terms of the various types of currencies for this faction as compared to regular factions. But anyway, Tower of Zharr, you know what? Let's steal that district back. I'm actually curious how much of a hit this will be in terms of our relationship with this faction. Let's start with Consul. And just for the little bit of extra Diplo relations with Chaos Dwarfs, I'm curious to see what this will change. Right here, Consul. Then I want to see. Hero activity success, -10 for 5 turns. Oh, that's not that bad. Oh, we can probably steal both just fine. In fact, we should still be rising. We're going to +55. In fact, this way we could probably steal both seats. I know it's quite a bit of influence to use like this, but it may be worth our time, as these are some good trees, and we can ignore these ones. I do like the armaments cost reduction, but, you know, we can ignore that in favor of the other stuff. The reason I want these a lot more is because this is actually another 2% of construction cost reduction faction-wide, which is quite a bit more considerable. So yeah, we're gonna steal this back as well. Claim seat. Oh, lovely. Now we have... now we have -10... oh, -10 for 10 turns. Oh. I thought it would stack -5 for 10 turns. It's a little bit more annoying, but not a big deal, I hope. Oh well, but now we have a faction-wide 20% construction cost decrease. It's pretty darn significant. And the raw materials are okay. Alrighty. Well, I hope that was worth it. I do imagine it will be. Oh wow, public order is dropping all across the board, which means our set and examples are now down. Alright, Celestial Lake. Start with you. Warpstone Desert, sure. Giant Lands, you're actually positive, no dice. Imperial Road. Still do it. And all of these are gonna have to do it as well. Set an example, set an example, set an example, set an example. And not Ancient Giant Lands, you're at -5, though you're close to maxed out, but we'll do it anyway. A few more times, like 2 or 3 more times, and those will probably be the last times we will ever have to set an example, because our public order is significantly rising now with all the public order buildings being constructed. We do need to transfer a little bit of labor here to the Force of the Moon. Let's take him out of the, I don't know, Plains of Shen, I suppose, right there, except, yes. Next up, we got Convoy. Yes, we do. Great Convoy. Who's up next? We got 7-6, but you are a high level. Ooh, you're ready to go as well with your 12 units. You're a little bit less threatened by a bunch of enemies. Alright, let's see. Do you need levels, my friend? You do not, so we can just send you Admaster. And we can send you to, I guess, the Volary again? Fairly high banditry threat there, but decent amount of money. Alternatively, we send you to Castle Drakenhof for slightly more money, though for an extra turn. Castle Drakenhof it is. Alright, there we go. It's only 4,000, really? I was hoping for more with that. We can't go to Grung Zint, we can't go to the Bay of Blades, which were the ones that we were sending to in the past, so I guess this is the best option. Honestly, an extra turn for only 300 gold, I think the Volary is actually the better pick. Alright, Volary it is. Dispatch. Away you go, friendo. Now, we still have a decent amount of raw materials and money to spend before we attack, so let's spend it, then we attack, then we end the turn, and just to spread out the various stuff that we do. And Bait Shy, we start with you now. Tie the chamber for you. We have to maintain the walls here, unfortunately, at least until we destroy the lizards. You don't have a public order building. You also don't have the demon smithy, both of which we need. I At your current level, perhaps we no longer need the Vanguard, though. The lizards don't look to be strong enough to actually take you out, so we'll start with the patrol routes, but we will also build the Vanguard. 2.8k here, eh? For a tier 5, it's not so bad. Nah, just build it. Or rather than taking a long time looking through everything else. Next up, Volery, we can ignore you for now. Wei Jin, does this do anything for us at the max tier? Not really, but it'll be more trade, so do it. Alright. Looking good at Shilong, and we don't need a Incinerator here, or at least we currently don't need a Incinerator here. I think we'll go for another Demon Smithy. More research, and of course more, more capacity. Dragon's Crossroad. There's nothing other than capacity stuff to build here, although I suppose we can start on A. We can start on this so we can get Hero Recruit and Lord ranks a little bit higher. We will want these pretty much everywhere. Yeah, fine. Just begin it. Jianxi, ignore it for now. And what is this again? Oh, it's the mine shaft. Yeah, upgrade it, upgrade it. We are collecting labor, and we might as well have the mine shaft be working a little bit harder. Okie dokie, next up, Wastelands of Jinshan. You guys are still in sort of the front of where we could get attacked, so I'm still disinclined to invest in you, so we'll ignore you for now. Plains of Shen, we will go for... yeah, go for the Overseer's Tower, might as well. A little bit more money, a little bit more everything. Beautiful. Warpstone Desert. Maybe it's time to start upgrading these. Go for it. And then upgrading the mine shafts to follow, and then soon afterwards get rid of the various garrison outposts. Once Grimwar and Goldtooth, once the war with them has begun, essentially, and we've got more armies out there. A Red Fortress, we are missing the... I guess we can get the Ziggurat here. Nah, go for the Ziggurat. Fairly far away from anything else anyway. Next up, Great Canal. Yeah, Wily Village, sure. Oh, wait. This guy might attack... no, you know what? No. He might attack it. Let's not risk it. Broken Lands of Tianli. We don't need the Hobgoblins. Ooh, this is the first time we have wood. Armaments production output plus 15%, you say? Local province, which means this shouldn't be an outpost. This should be a factory. Alright, wait, just out of curiosity. This is local province or local... it's province. Oh, so both of these should be factories. Oh, interesting. I just want to see... Wang Chang, you do the same thing, right? Armaments output plus 15. Yeah, we don't have stockpiling yet, but we will eventually. And it's also a local province. At the same time, you produce raw materials for local province increase. Yeah, so this province is actually good at making both. This one, however, we'll probably go for lots of factories then. Alright, fine. We're gonna switch you to factory. Hopefully the... well, we'll try to remember. Wait, you know what? What does wood do again? At tier 3, armaments increase and the stockpiling tech. Okay. Now let's hope that that doesn't change. Factory it is, and we'll do the same thing at the Village of the Tigerman. Next up, what do we have here? Giant lands continue to be ignored. Jungles of Qian... yeah, we'll upgrade you immediately. And, well... could save 80... 80's probably not enough to bother with. We'll get the Wolf Tamer, and... we probably won't need a public order here immediately, so let's go Donation Barrel and Wolf Tamer right away. Alright, and I believe that's it. We do have a little bit of money remaining, but I'm not willing to go through this stuff that we skipped before. We could always just do it next turn and get more mine shafts up and running, because they're so expensive anyway. Alrighty, with that, we're ready to once again attack, which means... you, Yobaz, time to take out the Burning Wind Nomads for good. Now, I wonder whether they'll be willing to fight in the field or not. Now, let's find out. They are willing to fight in the field. Well, isn't that just swell? They do have a couple of Sky Lanterns, as well as a very decent amount of enemies, but our Gobos are, well, pretty powerful at this point. 59, 54 on the melee attack and defense. More than twice the melee attack of the enemies, though, of course, armor-wise, still kind of garbage, but, yeah. quite nice. And their range resistance is very significant as well. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go, last battle of the Burning Wind Nomads, and one thing that's interesting about this particular battle is that the enemy has, well, he has no fast units whatsoever. It only has its infantry and sky lanterns, which means our skirmisher cav can operate pretty much with impunity. I mean, what exactly is the enemy gonna do? Anyway, they're going to take out the first of the enemy units that was outside the settlement here, while Gordas has a quick little fight against the enemy lord here. All those debuffs dropping the lord down to 0 armor and 25 melee defense. Well, look at Gordas' stats. Pretty darn intense. Nearly 1,000 weapon strength. That's a heck of a gobbo. That is a heck of a gobbo. And this is why he's so happy and smiley all the time. Oh, wow, magma cannon. Relax. Alright, well, actually, they're having a nice duel in a circle of fire. That wasn't actually too bad. Alright, magma cannon. I get you. You made it more dramatic, and I gotta appreciate that. Anyway, Gordas brings down the enemy lord. There was no actual need to help him out with the Overseer, to be perfectly honest, but just to speed it up a little bit, I think once the enemy lord had routed. Anyway, the poor Jade Warriors, or Peasant Warriors, well, it doesn't really matter. Wait, reinforcements. The poor unit that the lord had with him was destroyed, and there we go. Now we got more enemy units arriving, and it's going to be a light cavalry all day. We are going to add insult to injury and try to see just how much damage we can do to the enemy army, pretty much using our light cav. So all the way from here, all the way to the back of our army. I could have even maybe moved the rest of our army back even further, but this is a pretty long way to travel for standard infantry speeds, and I'm sure that we'll eventually run out of ammo on the cab, but I am still excited to see how much damage we can do. Gordas is going to summon his unit of Hobgoblins right there, mostly because I just want him to get the ability on cooldown, while we start to do a little bit of damage with our spells and with our units. Now, this is only going to soften up the targets a little bit, I think, because really there's a lot of enemies here. And I also wanted to see how effective the, what was the spell called? The Darkened Mist from the Valea's thing was going to do. So this affects multiple units. It spreads out. And does 87 to 175, spread range 15. I take it can't spread to the full enemy army, though, because it would be kind of obnoxious if it could. I think it has 3 limit spread. Yeah, affects enemies in range 3. But still, we got 134 kills on Yobaz, and let's see a damage tick. Oh, actually, the damage tick didn't do that much. 18806, let's see the next damage tick. Come on. 920. Yeah, like 100 damage per tick. Really not that much. Though I guess it might be ticking on individual units at different times. But anyway, a little tiny bit of damage from the spells and whatnot, but that's still a lot of enemy units, and we're going to be leading them around on a merry little chase while our skirmisher cav just screw with them, keeping forever out of their range as the enemy just is not fast enough to do anything about it. There we go. It's gonna take a while, mind you, but well, we can travel to our own battle lines this way, all the while making use of ammunition. We have no way to recharge ammunition, alas, but I imagine that the enemy army is going to be very badly hurt by the time they get to us. And besides, we can continue to do this about halfway to our army, and at about the halfway point, the magma cannons will come in range, and then they'll start doing damage as well. One of the less fortunate aspects, though, about this is the fact that any enemy units that are routing, like these peasant spears here, long spears, they are going to run off the map, which means we won't be able to chase them down for labor, but hopefully that will only happen to a couple units, and we still have a lot of enemy individual units to destroy. Anyway, cavalry continue to do their work and continue to annoying the enemy army, or continuing to annoy the enemy army. 51 kills and 550 damage so far, and we have a long, long way still to travel. I'll try to keep it in the light side, though, because in the dark part, it's very difficult to see just what the heck is going on. Gonna get another flame and shadow down on the enemy. It looks like in a pretty big blob of enemies. And they just quite didn't have enough time to move away from it. Alrighty, and we've got a little bit of an elevation advantage now as the Cav move up on the elevation, and the enemies still can do nothing about this. We wait until the enemy Jade crossbows or whoever are in range, and then as soon as they are, we move back and then continue to annoy the melee infantry that are out front. And there we go, looks like the enemy army has finally made it halfway, and thus are now going to take shots from the magma cannons as well. How's that balance of power looking? I'd say about 70%, maybe a little tiny bit lower. But yeah, look at the HP damage on this army so far, and they're nowhere near the rest of our army at this time either. Absolutely fantastic. Keep it up, everybody. Let's see how badly damaged the army is by the time that they get to us. And another one of those mist abilities on the enemy. Effect isn't too bad, looks kind of nice and poisonous. And they now also have to head uphill while getting fired upon by the magma cannons and by the hobgoblin raiders. Definitely a very different battle than the ones that we have fought so far. We do have to watch out for the sky lanterns, though. While they don't do a crazy amount of damage, at least in the SFO or non-SFO versions, they can still very much kill models of the Wolf Raiders fairly easily. I also want to point out that we've been hanging back this entire time. Not a single model of Wolf Raiders dead in this blob, and not a single one in this blob either. Very, very nice to the Wolf Raiders. Man, this must be irritating. We can also use this strategy against a lot of other factions, like Nurgle, Undead, very slow units and stuff. So certainly, there's certainly a reason to take a bunch of these units. I mean, it's what I'm getting at is it's not just like, oh, well, we can immediately replace them with Centaur renders everywhere because they are inferior in melee, and they are very much inferior in melee, but the Centaurs can't do this. This is kind of fun to control as well. I'm not doing anything crazy with them, just controlling them in 2 individual groups at the same time because, well, it would be a hassle to control all 6 at once. But yeah, tactically, not much more to say about this. It's just harrying the enemy as they continue to move towards the rest of our army and just continue to have a terrible, terrible day. Our ammunition has dropped to about 15 to 20% HP. Our magma cannons are continuing to fire. The balance of power continues to creep forward. And this poor faction is, well, they're being shown why they really shouldn't have declared war on us. I actually don't remember whether they declared war on us or whether we declared war on them. I think they declared war. Yeah, they did. It wasn't us. We would have declared war on them later, don't get me wrong, but, you know. Still rude. Only we're allowed to make that decision. No agency for the enemy, damn it. Alrighty, well, it looks like... Ooh, very nice shot from that magma cannon. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. What is the AI supposed to do? Ooh, looks like these guys just took a volley from the enemy range, but still have not lost enemy. Nearly 200 kills on the Wolf Raiders right now, as in on one of the unit of Wolf Raiders. And I want to point out that's 200 kills despite not actually chasing enemies down in melee yet. So this is just straight up actual battle kills. As obviously their normal kill numbers are oftentimes inflated. We could have also sent the air units after the enemy Sky Lanterns, but the way I figured it, the Sky Lanterns weren't really all that threatening at the current time, and on top of that, our Overseer could very easily get shot down by the enemy range. Just remembering that battle with Zhao Ming, where all those range units focused this Overseer down and he nearly died, definitely don't want to repeat that. Especially considering this particular battle, we're purposely avoiding direct combat with the enemy while we kill the rest of them. Anyway, it looks like our various Wolf Raiders are basically out of ammunition at this point, though they've racked up a pretty crazy amount of kills. About 200 or more are, well, around 200 on all of them, except the Oglacon's boys, which should have more. 260. Wait, that's Gortys' good boys that have 60. Oh, they actually beat Oglacon's wolf boys. Huh, well done. Anyway, the rest of our army is now ready to move in, and this is just cleanup crew. We have balance of power at about 85 to 90% before we actually made contact with the enemy. Gortys is now going to charge the enemy lord, but otherwise the enemy army is done. The skirmisher cav killed them all, and the rest of the gobos can just take prisoners. That's all they need to do. And there we go, Kadai Fireborn summoning, not that we need it here, and just to help break through the lines a little bit. You know what, I'm glad we took the summon ability. It doesn't do a lot of damage, because the units dissipate really fast, but they're just fun to watch. At least until we get some proper fights with our Kadai army. Anyway, with that, the entire enemy army breaks about 2 seconds after we have contact with the actual enemy army. The lanterns are going to get shot out of the sky by our fire archers. And down goes one, and I'm sure down goes the other one. Ooh, a magma cannon shot knocking it out of the sky. Was not expecting to see that, but very happy to do so. And it melts into the ground, okay. Oh, man. What an interesting battle, though. Certainly took longer to do it this way, I will say that, though to be fair, we probably still would have watched the entire enemy army move towards us while we did this, and it would have just normally been the magma cannons firing rather than the piles of hobgoblin wolf raiders. But this is pretty perfect because they completely ran out of ammunition, and then just as they did, the enemy army arrived, at which point they hit the remnants of the enemy back lines and started to chase them. Great job to every single wolf boy. They are all Gortys' good boys. Best boys? I think it was good boys. Whatever. Best boys? I don't remember. Man, that was absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Definitely one of those times where I feel bad for the AI, though at least the AI, in their last moments, learned to fear the skirmisher cav. We basically crippled the enemy army only with all of our named hobgoblin wolf raiders, and that's why they all deserve their names, because damn did they do well. Certainly a good showcase for how powerful they can be against an army that has basically nothing but infantry and can't outrange the skirmisher cav. Man, that must have been irritating. We're gonna transport the captives, and with that the faction will be destroyed. I believe we said we were gonna do factories here because of the bonus that the wood provides for the province. So to the village of the Tigerman and to factoryize it, which is a word I swear. Occupies factory. Yes. Lovely. And that's another province. We acquired another Dragon Helm, not that we particularly care about it. And we're gonna go into Masterful Architects yet again. Hey, we actually got the Alchemist Workshop. Oh, wow. Casualty Replenishment Faction Wide. Oh, damn, we need more of these. And we immediately got the Weapons Workshop. Yeah, sure. Why not? More armaments. It'll certainly work. And then hopefully you can now chase down this stupid little army. Oh, I don't even want to think about it anymore. Alrighty, well, that's done. We did get a little bit more money, but we can save it for next turn and do more admin at the same time. Man, I really do wish that there were more uses for the various gates. We'll probably start using them as essentially labor holders again a little bit later, because once again, they can hold them, and they have... Huh. What's the... I guess they have a standard rate of loss, as in they lose 5 per turn? I forgot what it was. I assume that they just lose 5% labor per turn. No, we'll do it later, though. We will do it later. Our public order is looking pretty good everywhere, so I believe with that we can end the turn. Lord not moved. Lord not moved. Which lord has not moved? Thrunbaj. Oh, yeah, but you're waiting for stuff, so you can't move. I take it you're the only lord that's not moved? Okay, you're the only lord that's not moved that's not garrisoned, which is fine. Do we maybe want to mill a few units? You know what, let's mill the hated guy, though we do have 2 hated ones as well. We could get another hated one. And the thing that I wanted to do was get another one with violent because of the sundering attacks, and then basically put 2 violent ones, give them both murderous charge to just lean as much into that as possible, and then have one of them be a temple guardian, which is probably this guy, because he's hated. And then he'll provide the physical resistance to the rest of them, but not to himself, but he counteracts that by having his own physical resistance increased and his stalwart defender trait. Which is why I think they'll work together in a group of 3. Well, let's mill one. Let's go for... wait, wrong place, Nan Lee. Let's mill the hated one. Come on, violent. Alright, faction destroyed, you are out. Do we want to maybe mill a Castellan as well? It's been a while. I've been wanting to get some nice Castellans up and running. Really don't want to spend the money, but you know what? Mill them once. And let's hope. If we don't get a good one in a couple turns, I'm just gonna get whatever ones we can get. Anyway, skip outpost upgrade available. We can ignore. That's just for these guys, and we will be confederating them, well, sooner than you'd think. Anyway, end the turn with that. Now let's see if anything interesting happens and where that stupid Redhorn tribe army goes. Hopefully they don't come back to the jungles of Qian. That would actually be the most annoying thing that they could possibly do. Everything else is looking okay. Helman Gorst, you want to peace out because we're about to destroy you, but we do not want to peace out with you, friendo. You serve no purpose right now. And I'm actually shocked that Goldtooth has not declared war on us, but I guess they're afraid of our faction at this point. Too bad for them. Ambusher discovered, sure. And that was it, nothing else interesting happened. Ooh, another Hellbound Standard, more War Machine powers. Kurun encountered. We got a couple of rewards from the tower, and that's it. Okie dokie, and that works. Now, where is Redhorn? Ah, they disappeared, great, great. If we peace out with them, which I'm sure they're still willing to do, very much so. How much money would they give us? 2.5k. See, now, if these guys were willing to actually join some wars, we could actually use them for something. And then I'd peace out with them. But like this, there's just no purpose. Man, but they're probably going to be building up an army somewhere, and we can't see them within our own territory. You know what we'll do? We'll peace out with them, and as soon as they appear, we'll betray them. That's what we'll do. Screw it. I'm sick of them. Yeah, I should have done that at the start. Regardless of the reliability cut, I just don't want to deal with them anymore. There you go. Peace treaty. Hopefully we can spot them. And are they asking for a non-aggression pact? No. Where are they down? Huh? Can't even see them here. Oh, that's weird. They don't even... They're not even capable of it? Let me see here. Where are the beastmen? Should be up here somewhere. Redhorn tribe. Oh, it's because they don't have a settlement that they can't do anything. I guess I could have just left a ruin for them, but... too late now. Too late now indeed. Also, Jungles of Qian, huh? Wait, what level was it at? Because we took it at level 1, right? Maybe I should have sacked it after all. I don't remember what level it was at. Well, either way. You are going to go here. Yeah, I probably should have sacked it. These things preserve some levels, because this is taken at level 2, or does it automatically taken at level 2, or is it only the main settlements that need to be sacked? I've been forgetting to do that, which is my bad, but oh well. Since we're at peace with these guys, I guess Yobaz, you're not needed there anymore. I guess the question is, are you needed here to deal with this? I mean, you're already kind of close to this area, so maybe. I'm really hoping you can jump over this. It'll be a waste of time if you can't. I guess we're about to find out. Away you go, buddy. Zhatan, you'll take the Tower of Ashung and then go to Daicheng after that. Tech Thief. And go thief some tech. Huh. Oh. I was like, wait, why are these grayed out? That's got me concerned. We're fine. Did you got another success, man. This guy. See, we left him his name. Tech Thief, Dumb Tamer. The other two are just plain Tech Thief. Perhaps this guy, by virtue of the blessing of the name, is why he isn't absolute garbage like the other two are. Curious. Yes, I'm aware it's a complete coincidence, but I guess I'm superstitious like that. You now need to recruit 2 more things. Do we have enough capacity? Oh, wait, do we have another military convoy? No, we got 1 more turn. Okay, good. So, what we want to do with you is recruit 2 more centaurs and 2 more cannons. 2 more magma cannons. Well, we'll start with 1, and then we'll do another one immediately, and then we'll do the centaurs right after. Oh, damn, if we could do them at the same time, though, yeah, but we won't have the capacity to do all of them, so 525 for 1? You know what, we'll leave it to 4, that's a little bit much. Let's do 1 war machine, though. The army will use 4 for now, and then it'll get more later. Have the magma cannon, rather. This will also enable us to get out of military doctrine and back into rush construction, which is what we've wanted, because we need to get another Temple of Hashut to get an increase in our conclave influence. Alrighty, Scaff. You are not going to attack these guys, and that you are not going to bother because the Haunted Forest is right there. On the other hand... Wait, is this going to be a worthwhile fight? Maybe. You know what? If that might be a worthwhile fight, we'll see if it's auto-resolvable next time, because I think I'll save that for next time in case it's worthy, and then we will actually fight it then. All right, what else do we have? Tordrek, yes, you are going to raid Grimgor's territory as you creep closer and closer to Blizzard Peak and get ready to fight him. Probably, you know, we'll probably just jump towards Blizzard Peak and attack next turn or so. It's time. And oh! He's started to take territory away from Astrogoth. This might be the best time to do this then. Yes, also, how's the tower looking? These guys still have not taken a single seat out of this. We could just really annoy them and take all of their basic seats if we really wanted to. It might be worth our time. Every time they take one of these away, we just take it back, because we make a lot more conclave influence than they do. I don't know, I'll think about it. There's some seats I don't really care that much about, but there are some others that aren't too bad. These guys just took these, which hopefully means they can go up here. We'll you know what, we'll save up 600, and we'll see. If by 600 they have taken this military district, great. If they haven't, then we'll do some seat rearranging and whatnot. It's not like it'll take too long to get to 600 anyway. Anyway. We are... Let's see. Scaff, we're gonna save you to next episode because it might be a fun fight. Thrunbaj... How long is it gonna take you to get here? Probably a while. Yeah, alright. We'll ignore you then. Alrighty, a little bit of admin. And before we call the episode, let's see. Ooh, lots of potential trade partners. Warhost of the Apocalypse, we could wait for you. Oh, you're trading with Cult of Pleasure and Karant Kar, eh? Oh. Nagarond actually loves you. Shocking. Usually they fight each other. Okay, well then that means we're gonna trade with you. And I guess non-aggression pact. If Nagarond loves you, you're likely to actually maintain friendly attitude with him, so... Good job, Silostra. Usually you die fairly quickly, so I'm kind of impressed here. Alright. And plus, that's all at least partially in the name of being friendly with Nagarond, who's actually at Strength Rank 1, so good job to Mali. Alright, gotta try to get some more relationship with him. Heralds of the Tempest we don't care about, and the rest of that we similarly do not care about. Alrighty, well, you know what? Let's do a bit of admin. Let's just start off on the admin. But I would like to... I'm just wondering whether I should call it here and do the admin at the start of next episode, rather than doing it all right now. You know what, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. There's a lot of admin to do, a lot of money to work through, and a lot of raw materials, so we'll end the episode here, and we'll start the next episode off with admin, and then we will go lizard hunting. At least one of these territories should have a nice battle, because there's a lot of defenders. And Shiwu looks like it'll be the best one, and Taravashung has a similar sort of thing. We may do a cinematic battle for the Haunted Forest, but I guess we'll have to see, so find out next time if it's worthy of one. Don't forget to leave a like and comment, stay tuned for more Zhatan, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.